It's a great industry to be in. You know, you're outside, you're doing a number of different things. You're not sitting in an office. That's the nice part about it. You know, there's the business part, the human resource part, it's the ergonomics, dealing with Mother Nature. You're constantly calling audibles. I say, come on in. It's a great business. You're going to work hard, but you know the positives outweigh the negatives, and it's a great opportunity right now. There's a demand for good young kids out there. You know, you're only as good as your team. You know, right down to the high school kids. Everybody participates. It's a very participative environment here. We try to really emphasize attention to detail. You know, so the guy that's a newbie filling divots and raking bunkers, his job's just as important as anyone's. I say, hey, you're part of the team. I want to hear it from you guys. What are you seeing out there? You know, just try to provide a nice, calming environment where we work hard, have fun, and in the end, you know, you can look back and say, this is what we did. You know, you're nothing without a good staff.
Yeah. It's like
you love to see them move on, you know, promote them within. That's what it's all about.
And it's like family.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's got to be full circle. You got to have a good support staff, both here and at home.
So Tommy, first of all, thank you so much for having us here today at this iconic property.
My pleasure.
Tell us a little bit how you got into the industry.
Just happened to live across the street from Bass River Golf Course. My mother was running the restaurant right out of the gate, so I got exposed to a little bit of the clubhouse. By the time I was in 9th grade, I was working on the greens crew. Really liked it. That piqued my interest in, you know, greenskeeping, and went to the University of Massachusetts, Stockbridge School of Agriculture. Rest is history. Back then there was, you know, they weren't first, second, assistant in training. It was just me and the superintendent for 36 holes. We had a crew of about 30, but Mark Klim, he's kind of come full circle now. He grew up here, right down the street from Hyannisport Club. Mowed his first green here at 15. He was my mentor. He was the superintendent at the time at New Seabury. He hired me. I got thrown into the fire at 24 years old at New Seabury. Thought I'd never leave. So 12 years as superintendent, 4 as assistant. And Hyannisport came up. You know, it's my 17th year now. And it's hard to believe. I was probably the youngest superintendent around. Now I'm one of the oldest.
The dean of superintendents.
I don't know about that.
Yeah. And you've had a lot of people in the area that work for you.
Yeah, I've got a lot of guys out there that, you know, over the years worked for me, either at, you know, New Seabury, the Ridge. I think I've counted maybe, you know, around 20 superintendents out there now. You know, it was great to be able to work with the guys when they were younger and learn, and I learned from them as well. I mean, let's face it, you're always learning in this business.
And you're still great friends with all those guys.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah. I see a lot of them regularly, and maybe I'll be working for them mowing fairways one day.
Let's speak about the golf course itself. This 100-year plus treasure, home of the Kennedy family, because the Kennedy compound's a stone's throw from here.
Kennedy's arrived in the 30s, Father Joe. But Hyannisport's got a lot of history. The golf course itself was established in 1897. John Reed, one of the founding fathers of the USGA, married a summer resident from Pittsburgh here back in, you know, mid-1890s, wanted a place to play golf, and he and a couple other gentlemen laid out our first 6 holes. And in 1902, club hired Alex Finley, who was one of the founding fathers of American golf, to expand to 9 holes. So where we're sitting was part of a dairy farm, and reconfigured the land to 9 holes, regulation 9. And that was until 1913 when the club bought the land and bought additional land, hired Donald Ross, 1913, laid out a par 67 18-hole golf course. And then the last piece of the puzzle was 1930 when the club acquired 40 more acres to the west and had Ross come back, reevaluate the property, and provided hole-by-hole blueprints, which was pretty cool. Like a lot of courses, they found it in the attic of the club when they were doing the clubhouse over. And Ron Force, as everyone knows, is a great restoration architect. So we've worked off a master plan, and we've implemented many changes, a lot of features that were missing. The fact that we have the Ross plans, and golf is booming. There's more of an appreciation for architecture, old architecture. So we're excited about this coming fall, moving hole number 2, and actually adding like another 9 bunkers out here. So yeah, really rich history. I think it's the only golf course in America where like 3 founding fathers of American golf touched the ground. That's what I've been told. Reed, Finley, and Ross.
And Ross, yes.
So it's a great course, great tradition. We have some of the descendants of the original families that started here way back when, and it's up to us to try to keep up the standards of the golfers' experience, the members' experience here.
Let's speak about Ocean Organics. Now, you've been an Ocean customer for a while, so I'll break it down. Yeah. Wetting agents, surfactant-wise, what do you use on the golf course?
Yeah, so we're using Windjammer on greens, which is great. We switched to Windjammer a couple of years ago. We're strictly Mariner. So we're using Mariner. We've stayed with Mariner on fairways and tees. It's got the seaweed extract, biostimulant built in. We've shown great results. We're basically going out depending on the weather, 2 to 3 weeks with our rinse-ins. And that's been a big part of our, agronomic program here in terms of wetting agents and even nutrition, where you're getting the benefit of the biostimulant. We've gone, I think we're 6 or 7 years now with Sea Blend on the fairways, and that's worked out awesome. As you can see behind us, we fertilized 9 days ago with Sea Blend at 0.7 of a pound of nitrogen. You get a little bit up front, and then you get the 50% organic release. And honestly, we've gone from 2 applications, granule applications, going back 7 years ago. And last year was the first year we're basically going with 1 application, 1 granular application a year.
Because there are nitrogen restrictions for this area that you had to adapt to.
Cape Cod's very strict, and there's a big push to mitigate nitrogen. And we're doing our part to try to eliminate as much nitrogen as we can. But Ocean Organics, the 1406 has been great. I just like the steady, even release. It's fabulous. We've reduced our nitrogen footprint in the last several years. I think I measured like 60% reduction. And so that's been a very positive thing, not only for the environment, but just the condition of the golf course. We return clippings, we don't pick up clippings. So we're returning clippings. We're under growth regulation as well. But the playability, the aesthetics, it's a win-win. So,
and you also use our biostimulants. So.
Yeah, we're using XP Micros, and we're using the Stress, yeah, Stress RX. Yeah, we pretty much go on that program in the summer months. Mm-hmm. Being in an ocean environment, we're really slow to green up, slow to get things going. We're just now, hitting like 65-degree soil temperatures in the afternoon, and starting to realize some growth. So I've learned over the years that you don't have to do much in the spring. We're not all about color so much in the spring, but you get a natural release once things warm up. So we try to time our fairway app, right around now, right around beginning of June. That carries us through the season. And no, it's been great that we go on the liquids. starting, probably starting next week with our next spray. We use that through the summer months. It's been great. Stress reliever. It's been awesome. It's got the seaweed extract built in with some micros. Yeah, we've had really good results.
Before we leave today, I want to tell the audience who makes the best sauce for an Irishman.
This guy over here. I mean, I call it sauce. You usually call it gravy.
Sometimes, yeah.
Kevin has been great. He didn't bring any meatballs with him this time around.
Next time, I promise I will.
Next time, I'm expecting
with a banana bread for dessert.
Absolutely.
That's how I got Tommy to do an article. One time I bought him a banana bread. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you, Kev.
I appreciate your time.
Thank you, guys.